Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at GitHub Actions, specifically how we can use them to deploy our websites up to Amazon S3 automatically. My original plan for trying to automate my deployments to S3 was to use a Raspberry Pi. Now I've got a Raspberry Pi with Docker and Drone CI on it, but the problem is a lot of the node packages that my application uses needed an Intel processor. I did try going through the process of building everything from source, but I ended up wasting several days and it didn't work. So then I realized, hey, we've got GitHub Actions, this is perfect, and I don't need to set up a whole CI/CD environment just to be able to deploy stuff to S3. So today I'm going to show you how to do that. So to be able to test this out, we need a website to be able to deploy. So for this, I'm going to be using this Open React template. It's freely available on GitHub. It's not mine, I don't endorse it, but it looks really cool. So I thought I'd use this for the example. So this particular one, it is a landing page for startups. So let's check this code out and see what it looks like. So we're going to clone this repository. So I'll just take this from GitHub, clone, go to our terminal, git clone. And then we'll go into that folder. And then we're going to open this up in Visual Studio Code. So this is a pretty standard React project. We've got our components in our source folder, and we've got our normal index and everything else. So in package.json, we have several scripts already set up for us. So start, build, test, and eject. So let's get this project built and see how it looks. So first thing I'm going to do is npm install. Now it's installed, we can do npm start, and this should all start up in our browser. Great, and there's our site all loaded up and running. So next we're going to build a website using npm run build. And this will create an optimized version in our build folder. And this is ultimately what we're going to deploy to S3. So now it's all built, we can see we have our build folder, which has our HTML file as well as our CSS, JavaScript, and images. Now we're on AWS on the S3 buckets, so we're going to create a new bucket. Let's just call this one Open Template. I'm going to leave the region as is, and I'll leave everything else for default for now. So we're going to create bucket, and there's our new bucket called Open Template. If we click that, we're going to go to Properties, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom. And here we've got static website hosting. So we're going to enable this, leave it to host static website. We're then going to put in index.html for both of these. Now obviously if you've got a specific error page that you want to show users, and you put that in the error document instead, I'm just going to leave it as index.html. So we click Save Changes. And then again, we're going to go right down to the bottom and we'll get our link for our website. So let's copy this. And for now, it's not going to go to anything. We should get the 403, there we go. So obviously our S3 bucket isn't set up with any files yet, but we also need to give permission for people to be able to view those files. So we go back to our S3 bucket and we're going to go to permissions. We need to allow all access, but we're going to set up additional permissions so that only people can view the files. So there we go. So we've now got public access, but we're going to go to bucket policy. And I'm going to use the JSON policy here. So this is a policy that allows read, get requests on everything within our open template bucket. So let's save that. Now if we go back to our page, we're getting a 404 instead of a 403 because we don't actually have an index.html file in our folder. So to be able to give GitHub access to be able to push and delete things from our S3 bucket, we need to set up a policy. So in here we're going to go create policy, and I'm just going to go straight and use the JSON version. So I've got the code here ready, and I'll explain what each thing does. So here we have our first bit, which is get bucket location. So this just allows us to see which buckets we have. And then this gives us permission on the individual buckets. So here we have sort of put bucket, put object, get object, as well as list what's in the bucket and obviously delete what's in the bucket. So here you can see I've limited the resources to just the S3 bucket that we're dealing with here. I would always recommend that. If you're giving permissions to a particular service and you're creating a new user, you want to limit it to the smallest amount of resources that they need access to. So should this key get lost and someone gain access to it, all they have access to is this one bucket. They don't have access to everything else. So next, add some tags if you want to. This is particularly useful if you are looking to do reporting, especially for like budget reasons. But for now, for this demo, we're just going to leave it blank. So we're going to give it a name. Let's just call it S3 open template. I'll leave the description. Everything else is the same. And we'll do create policy. So next we need to create a new user. This will give us the credentials that we need to put into GitHub so that it has access to our S3 bucket. So I'm going to do add user. I'm going to call this open user. And here we want the access key version, so programmatic access. So we're going to provide the access key and the secret to GitHub, so that, and ultimately it's going to use the command line tools to access our S3 bucket. So permissions, we're going to attach existing policies. So we just created one. So we're going to do S3 and we should find open template. So I'm going to tick that. Click next, again, leaving tags blank. And then we review, and then we go with our one manage policy. And then we do create user. So here we get access to our access key and our secret. So what you want to do is copy those now. So I'll copy this one. And you see here you need to do show secret. So you will have access to the access key again, the secret not so much. Now these will be gone by the time this video is posted, so don't even bother trying to try these out and hack my system. So we now have our website, we have our S3 bucket, we have our permissions set up to be able to write to the S3 bucket, and we have our user. So the next thing we need to do is set up our GitHub workflow so that we can get this running automatically and pushing up to S3. So to do that, we need to create a new folder in our repository, and let's call it git.github/workflows. And in here, we're going to create our workflow YAML file. So we need to give it a name, so let's call it name deploy. We need to specify when this is going to run. So in my case, I've only got a master branch, but you might want to set it up differently. Let's call it branches and master. And then we need to specify our jobs. To build, and we'll do, in this case, we're just going to use the Ubuntu latest image. There are different images that you can use, such as Windows. But yeah, have a look at the GitHub documentation and see what you can set up there. And then we need steps. So this is the steps that are going to happen to be able to build. So in our case, we need to check out our code. We need to set up Node. We need to build, do npm install, then do build, set up AWS, and then push it to our S3 bucket. So we need to check out our code. We need to set up Node. We need to install our dependencies. So in this case, just npm install. Do here run npm install. We then need to set up our build command, so it actually builds our website in the build folder. Just call it build website. Npm run build. So now we need to set up our AWS credentials. So we set up earlier, we had our key ID and our secret access key. We're not going to put these directly in the file. We are going to store these in secrets in GitHub. So now we need to set up our region, and we were US East 1 that our bucket was located in. And of course, the last thing we need to do is actually push our files to S3. So just call it name, and do copy to S3. And we're going to run, in this case, AWS S3 sync. We're going to put in the contents of our build folder. And then we want to set up as S3, and we called our bucket open template. And now we're going to come back to GitHub, and we need to add in the access key and the secret so that GitHub knows how to push stuff to S3. So we're going to go to settings. Now we're going to scroll down to secrets, and we want actions. And we'll do new repository secret. So we need to add in the same form that we had in our workflow, so AWS access key ID, and copy in what our RAD is. And we need to do the same for our secret. So now if we go to GitHub, you can see here that it's already run, but I'm going to run it now so you can see what it's doing. Rerun this job. Great, so we go to build, we can see it's starting the job, and it's coming up with trying to find the hosted runner. And you can see it's setting up the job, it's installing dependencies, building the website, setting up the AWS credentials, and then pushing everything to S3. And it's done. Now we can come back to our S3 bucket, open template, refresh this. As you can see here, we've got all of the files all loaded. Now if we just go to our website, go down here, open this up, and there we go. You can see our website's all loaded. Obviously this is quite basic. We only have our website hosted in an S3 bucket, and the URL is not great. So on top of this, you're going to want to set up CloudFront. You're going to want to set up a SSL certificate, so you actually have HTTPS at the front, and set up your own domain and Route 53 and everything else. If you want to do that and take this step further, have a look at my blog post in the description below, and it will outline how to go through those extra steps. If this has been really useful, then please comment below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.